Good day, everybody. It's Dracula Pendragon here, and yeah, you know, it's not a good day in the VTuber community. Ironmouse is going through some stuff with VShojo. As you guys are aware, she left VShojo, sometime sometime earlier this week, I believe, or last week. I'm not too sure on the timeline, but yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and play the video, and we'll see what Mouse has to say. Typically, I don't cover this kind of content, but I just feel like it's way too important not to discuss. So, yeah, let's see what Mousy has to say about this.
Unfortunately, I recently found out for the past couple of months I have been misled by VShojo. With the I currently have a significant amount of which I have not been, and most importantly, the thing that hurts me is that the Immune Foundation, which is being, and also the I'm here today, is owed over half a million. I know that, and it's very important of you. I really want to tell you, but unfortunately, I have been instructed by my wait for more of the unfold. So one day, but for now, I just know that I will no longer. If you give me a moment, I want to tell you, I know for a lot of people that this might be the first time you were ever watching. I became, I really want, I was very lonely due to the fact that I have a primary immune deficiency. I basically have a low to medium, which means I get a lot, and it
Okay, I'm gonna pause the video there just so that way you guys can kind of read that. I'm kind of blocking a little bit of it. But yeah, I'll go ahead and read it out to you guys. So basically, what it is, it's common variable immune deficiency, as she had said, is CVID, and it's a relatively frequent form of primary immunodeficiency found in about 1 in 25,000 persons. This is the reason why it's called common. So I guess, there's enough for it to be common, I guess. And it's basically what it is. It's they don't have a good immune system, so they can get sick fairly easy, and it can vary. Like it could be like minor stuff, or it can lead to like severe life-threatening stuff. Up to the point to where like some people can't even leave their houses, which um Mouse's immune deficiency, she's not able to leave her house. So yeah, she has a severe case of it. So yeah, let's continue with the video.
caused me to for a long. So then I found, and I thought about giving it a try because I wanted to see if I could make friends online because honestly never I never really expected to grow an audience or anything. It was one of the last. I just thought that you know, 5 to 10 people and just hang out from time to time, make some friends, play games. But unfortunately, I was stream with my. So a friend of mine recommended that I try an app called Face that would allow me to animate avatar, and that's how I started V. It took me a while to take it serious, and even about maybe being able to grow a community. And I think I really started to take it serious around the time when I was approached to join VShojo, and it was through VShojo that I was able to Ironmouse. When I was approached in 2020 and asked to, it seemed like a good idea, but I honestly do not know if I could ever be a corporal VTuber because I felt like I just, in my mind, I saw myself as unhireable, which is why streaming worked for me. I had no boss, no strict rules, I had no hours, no expectations. It was all up to me. And due that I have lived my life chronically and being unable to, I just felt like there was no way that anyone would ever take or want me. For a while, I was struggling to make it because I was afraid about my anonymity and afraid about trust. I felt like every time I put my trust, it always ends in. So I was worried about expectations and but I ultimately decided to. It really paid unable. I am, but for right now, I am here with you. I would always be told how important I was. I was told that I was the company. Although that was positive, it put a lot of pressure and a lot of stress on their felt guilt trip, signing, felt responsible for everybody. I felt staff and talent. Felt like if I didn't do and if I didn't stay, I was hurting everybody and I was destroying everybody. But this didn't feel right with me, and I began to feel uncomfortable as my viewers told how important I was, and I was always told that I was in order for the company.
Okay, people. So here's the thing. Like Iron Mouse felt like a lot of pressure from this that she has just stated. But the thing about it is, she's not responsible for you know the other VTubers in within the company, nor the staff or anything that falls on the heads. Like of the CEO and the you know, all them people who are up on top on VShojo, that's their responsibility. So the fact that they went and told her or made her feel like, you know, she was personally responsible for all this is just criminal. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not right. So yeah, no, like the other VTubers, they're responsible for their own actions and, for everything. So that's kind of what I have to say on that right there. It's like she's not responsible for anything but herself.
So that was positive to you. It put a lot of pressure and a lot of stress on me. There, I felt guilt trip, signing, felt responsible for everybody. I felt responsible for staff and talent. Felt like if I didn't do and if I didn't stay, I was hurting everybody and I was destroying everybody. But this didn't feel right with me, and I began to feel uncomfortable. My viewers know privacy has always been one of my. I've had a lot of so one amazing so handled all, and it meant that I never had to give out any information. So that was always a blessing. As time went on, I decided that I wanted to start pulling my remaining, start taking care of my own. Throughout the years, Connor and I 4 million for the immune defense. The majority at events like the cyclothon auction and other Muslims had. However, success of my first subathon, I decided to donate half the earnings of my following subathons to the first time I tried this, it worked great. Over 200,000 people supported me so that we raised over $329,000 to the because the money instead of a total link, it required VShojo app. They promptly sent the payment of $7. Yes. So I decided to do it again the next. My last subathon was one of the biggest events I've ever done. The support was overwhelming, and I ended up getting over and breaking the all-time sub record. But this also meant that we had 500,000 for the immunity. I once again asked, but unfortunately, still a year, JoJo has not.
That is not right. A year later and they still haven't paid? Like, what the hell did they do with it? You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not a lawyer and I don't know, like, all the laws, but I'm pretty sure that's fraudulent right there. Yeah, that would be considered fraud, so, yeah, I don't think it's gonna go very well for VShojo. So, here's hoping that, they at least, pay the funds for that, and give it to Mouse so that way she can, give it to the charity, or if not, they themselves can repay it to the charity. But yeah, no, yeah, this is a crime, people. I'm pretty sure this is a crime. It's fraudulent. I'm not. I know there's probably other terminologies like larceny or something. I'm not. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer. I don't know, but I'm. Just based on what she's saying, this sounds like this is a crime.
The world to me. Honor and I, one of energy, time, and resources raising money. And we're both so proud that we've dollars. We almost always for the immunity. They help people primary or people which are inherited disorders. Part of the body system is or doesn't function. People like me are prone to infection, and this includes over 400 different is a chair that is art and has particular in my life. When my health first started getting really bad, mentally, when I really had nowhere else, I I I was lonely. I was I really know what was going on. I never this entire situation has broken me. I wanted to be good and to give back to a community that helped me. But unfortunately, much as I would like to about this, unfortunately, and so sad that I am old. If again, I have not been, and most importantly, foundation. Old half on the ambition. I really wish that I could tell you more, but right now, I'm in fight for legal. As of right now, I am at a loss of kind of processing everything. Very sad and very confused. I want to wish on. I also want that all the
Again, Ironmouse has nothing to apologize for here. This is all of his shoujo, and yeah, No, she is not responsible for this whatsoever. It's a it's a mess up on their end, so that's what I had to say about that little bit right there.
Had money made from this video will go. I honestly don't. I really, like I said, I really haven't had much process, but below the video box is fun for. Thankfully, I go direct. That link heard about this would like supporting me. Sometimes I have a ton of friends singing, day, happiness. I just honestly that after all this, that beats is for so much support video. Bye.
Okay, people. Well, that was the video. You see what she according to this she can't say too much because of legal proceedings, but yeah, just the only thing I have to say right now is go support Mouse. Whenever the subathon happens, go to that, show your support like that. Um, I'll be putting down I'll put down the video I'll be putting down this video in the description below. As well as I'll be putting a link for the charity fund that she's got going on for that. So so you guys can go and provide support in that way if you want. Yeah, but she's becoming an independent VTuber, but I feel like she's got a strong enough community that they will help and support her. So yeah, just go show your support to Ironmouse. Go subscribe to her. Go help her out. Spread the word about what's going on right now. Just within means. Don't go get yourselves in trouble for it. But just let this be known. This is a big injustice for Ironmouse, for her charity, for it's just for all the sick people who are counting on that money to help them out. I can't believe like such a reputable company would do this. They basically just killed themselves. You know what I mean? Or what I mean by that is they shot themselves in the foot with this one. They are no longer going to be trusted, and if a bunch of VTubers are going to leave their company, you know this is going to be the reason why. I mean, if it was me and I was in the company, I would have personally left myself just because I wouldn't stand for this. So like I said, get the word out here, or get the word out there, and let's try and correct this injustice. It's vile. Like I can't believe people would do this. But that's my thoughts. Like I said, just look in the links below for the original video and for her Tiltify. And yeah, we'll catch you later on down the road. So pitter patter yourselves out of here, and you guys have a good day. Bye bye.